Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back, everybody. You got to admit, we're in challenging times. There's a lot going on. Every time, I'm not even going to say, like we used to say, when I look at the news, I think a lot of us don't. We don't want to, but it's in our social feeds. We're aware of everything that's happening. There's a lot of proof of that because video is everywhere and you see things. We have a lot going on. And that's just in the world. Then you take on our personal lives. There's lots of struggles going there within that we have to go through to move to the next step in life. How do you deal with those struggles, the trials, the tribulations in life? We are going to look at that through a spiritual, energetic lens. And that is with the help of our professional of the year. And she's amazing. She is a spiritual life coach, shamanic healer, Reiki practitioner. She runs every time we get together. I find out how deep she runs in helping people heal. I've had sessions with her. Amazing. And she's also a registered nurse and continues to further her career in that area. It's all there. It's like a 360 approach to helping you heal. Danielle Marie is back with us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. And I'm going to use the cliche. The struggle is real. You always hear that.
Yes.
And sometimes it's said, tongue in cheek, my air conditioning is broken. No, the struggle is real. But we all, doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. We have struggles from time to time. What's your first thought in getting through them?
My first thought in getting through them is that the struggles and the trials reveal where we are. They're designed to help us grow and to help us advance to a new level of growth, of spirituality, if you will.
Hmm. Um, you've said this before. I'm going to repeat it. I believe it. Took a lot of time to believe this, but there is a lesson in everything. We are here to learn and teach. You teach me, you teach others, and we learn from things that happen in life. Do you feel that when you're presented with a struggle, and of course, when something presents itself, you're like, I can't believe it. And then you process it. And I found that the processing of it is shorter as life goes on. And I realize, oh, I got that. I got resilience. I'm going to take care of that. It's going to be all right. There used to be a longer, days would go by. Oh, I can't believe it. You're on the phone with your friend. They tell you what you want to hear and all of that. Now, I'll be honest. I was driving in and I had a thought about something that could be changing. And I'm like, oh, that is not good. I was like, yeah, okay. All good. All good. Should we look for the opportunity and or the lesson in those things that present themselves? Not easy, but is that what we should be doing?
Yes. Short answer is yes. We are being shown ways that we need to grow to bring peace and joy, to be able to flow. We're showing up, we're being shown where the work is so we can experience a better, freer life.
How do you accept that when you know that things are just not good? Oh my gosh, I got to go through this. I have to handle that. How do you find the strength and the courage to look at it in that way?
Lots of trials and tribulations in my life through abuse, a late husband who committed suicide, um, neglect, different things throughout my life. I've been through a lot of struggles, trials. And then when I was disabled for years and could barely walk, having to have one of my children help me bathe at one time, that was probably the hardest thing. But what I came to realize was I was always giving to others. I usually worked a full-time nursing job and a part-time nursing job. took care of my children as a single mother. Just overpouring. I never knew how to give to myself, and I never knew how to love myself. I poured my love out to others.
That
Um,
that's so true for all of us.
mhm.
Wow.
So through those times, it was really hard. And I steered from my faith at times, and I made a lot of mistakes when I was younger. A lot of things I knew I shouldn't have done, but there was always something in it for me. I was receiving something. And a good example of that was with being abused as a child, I associated sex with love.
Hmm.
And it was ingrained in me that that's what love really was. And that's not true.
Sure.
It's not true at all. It can be a part of it. So I had a rough start to life. I was on my own at 16, pregnant with my daughter. I was asked to have an abortion or leave, and I chose my child.
You shared a lot of this the very first time we got together, and it's in the back of my mind. But as we've gotten together since, I would never imagine that you went through those struggles because your energy is beautiful. You're amazing. You have, you offer so much that, we look at people, but we don't realize what they've been through. It's almost like you just came through all that to the other, like the sun and the rainbow came out. Took time.
A lot
Uh,
of time, but that's the true purpose, to
mm,
find the freedom, to find the love, the joy, the strength, the courage, to learn and to process and grow. It's not an easy road, and a lot of us, we ignore it. We push down everything because we don't want to feel that stuff. And that's what I did. I ran for a long time from having to face that. And I had a real loss of the sense of self. Growing up, it was, what's the right words? I was for other people. Like I didn't feel like I had a true identity of my own. Does that make sense?
it does, and I'm gonna think it's because you because of your upbringing, everything you went through, you always felt that you needed to provide value to others. You know, people
Yes.
pleaser, if you will, to just go real
Yes.
simple on that description. And you're always doing that. Just I want people to like me. I want people to love me. So give, but not to yourself.
Exactly.
And then once you're in that cycle and it's still going on and on and on and on. Do you remember the moment you loved yourself?
Yes. Yes.
Tell me.
Tell you about it?
Yeah.
Well, I thought I loved myself, but I didn't know what love actually was. I thought I respected myself, but in hindsight, that was not respect at all to myself. My integrity, my trust was lacking in myself, my belief in myself. And I went through a long healing journey, and I kept thinking, it's it's getting better. I can look myself in the mirror again in the eyes and not be ashamed at what I see. Um, Things that happen to me don't define me. Only one person defines me, and that's my creator. And finding the strength through my daily devotional, and also I actually took this self-love journey, if you will. It was a 28-day journey of journaling and working through different thought processes in different areas. So the first day was spiritual perspective. So, what does God really say about me in the Word? The second day was, what am I telling myself that's imprisoning myself inside? And it just kept going. So then I would go to the heart and then different layers. And it incorporated a plan. So I would reflect, I would journal, I would pray, I would journal again. And when I journaled again, I would write what I received through prayer and meditation. And it always came through that we are born worthy. We were created whole and complete. We're the ones that are turning, trying to do everything on our own, relying on our own strength and our own power, when really that's not where it lies. And that's where we are causing more struggles. And we're, if you will, fracturing our identity of ourself.
Now, when you were doing this 28-day exercise of journaling, the formula for it, day one, I'm going to focus on this. Day two, I'm going to focus on this. Day three, and onward. Did that come from somewhere?
Yeah.
Like, how did you know what to write about on each individual day? The topic, if you will.
Well, I listened to a podcast which started it. And then I was led each day by connecting where I felt it in my body and then where I was called through my devotions. God's got it so you can grow. And through my daily devotional and also my Bible and also A Course in Miracles, which I now share on Hello Future Healing Ministry. Every morning I share my daily devotion with others.
Love it. Download. When are you going to create a journal with pages and those topics that the rest of us can focus on and write about? I didn't say, are you? I said, when?
I know. It is in my thought process, my to-do list,
Mm-hmm.
but it won't be until probably the summer.
28 days to a new life.
But where is it? Hang on a second.
No worries. When I get things, I have to share them. And that is, I bought a gratitude journal and I used to just write in a notebook, but then I bought this journal and it holds your hand you write three things that you're grateful for. You write three things that would make this a great day. You write three affirmations. I am. And
Yes.
it just makes it
Yes.
easier. Like you have a template for when you journal, because I feel myself included. Sometimes I just, I can write stuff, but this keeps it in order and has a direction. And there's a section in this journal, which by the way cost $8 on Amazon. And there's one for $25, and I found one that does the same thing for 8. And I've actually bought them
Right.
for people I'm connected to. There's even a section that says what would have made today better.
Exactly.
What and is on one page. Boom, done. Three things, your acts of kindness for the day. It's all like right there. It's like hold your hand right through it, turn off the light, go to bed. That's it. So that's what I'm thinking for you. What we're talking about, um, having the intention each day as you write down.
Exactly. Exactly. And also, when you have those thoughts creeping in, telling you you're not worthy, you're not good enough, any of those things, I highly recommend that you turn to the word or your heart and you write what is actually true. Start to change those beliefs so they quit tearing you down.
Somebody tell me your thoughts on this. Somebody once said to me that if you want to solidify it in your mind, things that you're talking about, you start with this. Is it true that? And then you write it, because it's refocusing your mind to believe it, because it is true. We tell ourselves that all these things, they're not true. It's just our beliefs that have been put in us from struggles that we went through. Is it true that you are very creative? Is it true that you bring joy to others? Is it true that start it that way? Can I
Yes.
share? We were talking about the moment that, you felt that, oh, I love me. And I had, along the way, I never did thought of that, any of that. Um, I was at the gym. It's like a year or so ago. And I don't know why this song always comes up. Touch Me by the Doors. I'm not really like, I think it's a beautiful song in a lot of ways,
Hmm.
kind of like rocks a little bit. But it's got a lot of emotion. Now, I can't sing. Now I'm going to love you till the heavens stop the rain. I'm going to love you till the stars fall from the sky for you and I. And I'm working out and listening to it. It's like, man, that's a good song. And I thought, holy blank, that song is for me. That was for me, from me to me. I remember, I
Yes.
could tell you where I was on the floor of the gym, and I'm like, whoa, man. And that was one of those moments where it's like, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. And we're so afraid to say, hey, look in the mirror and say, I love you. It's because, we never want to be that egotistical person and viewed that way. So we shy away from that, or we just can't even say it because of what we've been through. But that is, and you're, I believe you're proof of it.
Yes, I started
That's,
looking in the mirror and talking to myself.
yeah, but nobody around. Just had that. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. But that's the game changer. That's the game changer. You want to
Mhm.
turn the car. You want to move your life in a forward direction. You want to have good relationships. Hey, work in progress over here. Uh, but that's the starting point. That's turning the car, the key in the car,
Yes.
or in my car. I press a button.
Yes. And I wrote down a few questions that I would like to send out to the listeners just for them to see if anything resonates, see if they want to reflect.
Hmm.
Is there a crisis blowing up around you today? Are you being pressed in a place? Are you tempted to run or avoid the person, place, or thing? Are we strategically positioned for a bigger picture, for a purpose? Are we being used for a bigger purpose? Is it for the sake of those around us? Can we have faith and trust? Can we give gratitude for what we are experiencing? Can we ask for help and keep our eyes open and be free to go with the flow?
Hmm. A lot of questions there,
Yes.
but a lot of insight within. Hmm. I would suggest or ask that you put those questions somewhere. Website, your Facebook page. I think you have a Facebook group, if I remember correctly, which
Yes.
I still need to check out. I found that out recently with things that you share. Um, but those, you know what? In your 28, in your journal, 28 days to a new life, that should be in the front of it. I'm telling you.
Okay, I will put a note.
I'm seriously that journal that I found was a game changer for me. I didn't, I had a busy morning. I didn't get to write in it. And I have a separate journal where I just put thoughts and things. I know people that have like 5 journals of different topics.
Yes.
I'm not there yet. I actually feel guilty that I didn't write in it today. Not in a bad way, but it's like, I should have, and I didn't really spend a lot of time yesterday. Just been a busy couple of days in a good way. Um, it's almost like something's missing. And that journal is like calling a friend.
Yes. Yourself.
Exactly.
Spending time with yourself and all your pieces of yourself and loving unconditionally, accepting everything.
Hmm.
That that's what I mean. I have a ton of journals now, but that's what I found in my journal was I was loving myself by spending time with myself and processing.
Mm,
When you get it out here, you're getting it out of here.
yeah. Yeah. And one thing I learned recently I only started like getting a little deeper into the general journal. I found myself, I don't know if I shared this with you, dumping a lot in the beginning. And then as I would go back, I would write less and less and less and less. And then I found myself like, "Oh, I gotta write a journal. Oh, I'm gonna." It became tedious. And then I realized why. Because I looked back and I was writing, I don't want to say negative things, but just not positive things. I was just dumping on myself, like you call a
Mhm.
friend, instead of writing a mix of the two of the good stuff and the challenging things. But I didn't realize I went down a suck hole.
Mhm.
And I didn't realize it. And that's why it's almost, the term Debbie Downer.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I talk to that person again. She's gonna hear it. She's gonna dump on me again. All the stuff, the negative stuff is going on. I don't want to deal with it. I was doing that to myself and writing in my journal, but I didn't realize I was doing it until I looked back and just from afar and figured it out. So
Hmm.
I'm just sharing that, because I found myself kind of gravitating away from that one journal. But that's why there's always negative or struggles. I don't want to say negative. It's just things that I'm dealing with, but
Right.
not presenting the positive.
Hmm.
Yeah. Deep talk today, but very insightful. Yeah, a lot. I think a lot is came to light here for many of us dealing with struggles, and I love you and appreciate that you share your life.
Thank you.
It means so much.
Thank you so much.
It's made you who you are.
Exactly. And that's the message I want everyone to learn or to know is that we think these things make us less than or unworthy. But in actuality, when we can turn those things, they become our strength, they become our power,
Yeah.
They become our love, and it opens us up and frees us to be able to share that and help others. And that's what this world needs.
Yeah. Superman can't fly without a cape. And that's your cape. No, it's a truth. That is the cape that is behind you, that propels you. And we don't look at it that way. We look at it as, oh, what I've been through, and I gotta deal with another thing. But look what that has done in your life. And look what you're doing for others. You're once you realized you and the love for you, you're still doing what you were doing in the beginning, but in a different way. Because you're also giving to yourself.
Yes, and if you give to yourself, if your cup's full and you're continuing to place yourself first and give to yourself first,
Yeah.
your cup will never run out. Don't depend on your own strength.
How do we find you?
You can find me at hellofuturehealing.com for the website, or on Facebook, Danielle Marie, and that's together, white, or Hello Future Healing Ministry on Facebook.
When you look at these things, final thought, hello future, the future is bright.
And that's why I named it Hello Future Healing.
It's the best name ever. It really is.
Thank you.
You embrace the future. Many of us like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. No, bring it on, man. It's great. It's great. There's good things coming our way. I believe that. And I hope others do too. And thank you for today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
You too. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.